Arcangelo Corelli was born in Fusignano, Italy in 1653. Corelli's mother, Santa Ruffini, having been left a widow 5 weeks before his birth, named him after his deceased father Arcangelo. There are no documented details on his first years of study, but it is thought that his first teacher was the curate of San Savino, on the village of the outskirts of Fusignano. Later, he went to Faenza and Lugo, where he received his first elements in musical theory. Known as the world's first great violinist and as the father of the Concerto Grosso, Corelli studied in Bologna, one of the most well-known universities of the Baroque era, and then moved to Rome in the 1670s. Shortly after, he entered service of the Queen of Sweden, Queen Christina, in 1679. He wasn't only a violinist, however, he was a great teacher and a great composer. He was one of, if not the earliest violinists of the Baroque era, and undoubtedly the first great violinist. He is also commonly referred to as the founder of modern violin technique, and the father of the Concerto Grosso. Although Corelli was not the inventor of the Concerto Grosso principle, it was he who proved the potentialities of the form, popularized it, and wrote the first great music for it. Of all his compositions, it was his Opus 6 that Corelli labored most diligently and devotedly. Even though he wouldn't allow them to be published during his lifetime, they still became some of the most famous music of the time. The date of composition is not certain, for Corelli spent many years of his life writing and rewriting this music, beginning while still in his 20s. Corelli's dedications of his sonatas marked his progress among the great patients of Rome. He dedicated his first set of 12 church sonatas, Opus 1, published in 1681, to Queen Christina, describing the work as the first fruits of his studies. The second set of trio sonatas, chamber sonatas, Opus 2, was published in 1685 with dedication to a new patron, Cardinal Pamphili, whose service he entered in 1687. With the violinist Fornari, and cellist Lullier, his third set of trio sonatas, the second group of 12 church sonatas, Opus 3, was issued in 1689 with dedications to Francesca II and Modena, and a final set of dozen chamber sonatas, Opus 4, was published in 1694 with dedication to a new patron, Cardinal Ottoboni, the young nephew of Pope Alexander VIII. After Cardinal Pamphili's removal in 1690 to Bologna, Cardinal Ottoboni became Corelli's main patron, who made it possible for Corelli to pursue his music without monetary worries, and it would seem that no composer had ever had a more devoted or understanding patron. Corelli occupied a leading position in the musical life of Rome for some 30 years, performing as a violinist and directing performances, often on occasions of the greatest public importance. His style of composition was much imitated and provided a model, both through a wide dissemination of works published in his lifetime throughout the performance of these times in Rome. Corelli died a wealthy man on January 19, 1713, at Rome in his 59th year. Long before his death, he had taken a place among some of the best musicians of the time and the most immortal ones, and he maintains that exalted position today.